As states across the country announce their plans for reopening businesses, many working parents are left with the difficult, and in some cases impossible, task of finding alternative childcare as schools and daycare centers remain closed due to the pandemic. To help individuals secure the caregiving leave they need, the National Women's Law Center recently announced that their legal network for gender equity has added a new service to assist eligible workers with receiving paid time off as it relates to the coronavirus. In March, Congress passed the Families First Coronavirus Response Act, which required U.S. employers with 50 to 500 employees to provide 2 weeks of emergency paid sick days to workers who need to care for themselves or a family member who is sick from COVID-19. The bill also required employers to provide up to 12 weeks of paid leave to workers who need to quarantine or care for a child due to daycare centers and schools being closed. Though this bill was intended to help millions of families cope with the pandemic's impact, nearly half of Americans say they've heard very little or nothing at all about these leave benefits, according to a survey by Morning Consult for the New York Times. Additionally, just 28% of business leaders that are covered by this new law say they are taking advantage of it. Sharyn Tejani, director of the NWLC's Legal Network for Gender Equity, says that with more employees being called back into work, it is critical for individuals to know about the paid leave they have access to. Workers are being put in an impossible situation at this point with trying to decide between taking care of their children and going to work, and they have to do both, she tells CNBC Make It. So, this leave hopefully will help with that, and that's why it's really important that the word gets out about it and that the workers who have access to it get it. To take advantage of the NWLC's offering, Tejani says workers can fill out an online form to request legal assistance. From there, the individual will be given the name of 3 attorneys within the organization's network who are all willing to give a first consultation for free. During that consultation, the individual will find out if they are eligible for paid leave under the Families First Coronavirus Response Act, and if so, how they can go about receiving it if their employer is giving them trouble. Afterwards, Tejani says, the individual will then decide if they need further paid legal support in order to access their protected time off. Though this service is open to all workers who want to know their rights to paid leave, she says it is likely that women will benefit the most from this assistance. We know that part of the paid leave and paid sick days is for caring for yourself, and the other part is for caring for your family members and for when your school and child care are closed, says Tejani.